One of the best tight ends, or as Kyle would say, soon to be the greatest, and Kyle Pitts, has become an Atlanta Falcon. So what's next?
Remember, one timeout in the bag here, and you're not gonna need it.
After a solid sophomore season in Gainesville, Kyle Pitts proved that he was one of the best tight ends in the SEC. It's a pretty awesome place to be one of the best, but Kyle didn't just want to be one of the best, and instead was motivated to become the best as a junior.
Play action for Trask. Bullets one to the end zone for Kyle Pitts.
Although 770 yards and 12 touchdowns doesn't seem to be best of the best material, a 17.9 average yards per catch and a dozen touchdowns in only 8 games proved that Kyle produces like seemingly no other. His John Mackey Award proved that not only does he just think he's the best, but he really is, and the NFL took notice.
The Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida.
It seems like Atlanta saw how good a certain tight end was the state below, and believed in him so much so that they made him the highest drafted tight end in NFL history with the 4th pick. Although it would normally be a surprise for a tight end to go so insanely high in a draft with a ton of talent all over, Kyle is easily one of the most talented players in recent memory at the position. Not only is Kyle one of the best tight ends in a while, but he is also an excellent receiver as practically a hybrid wide receiver tight end combo that is just tough to stop whether you're a linebacker or a cornerback. That's what makes him a matchup nightmare, and that's why he went 4th overall to a team that has just become very interesting. Now that Julio Jones is on the tight ends, Kyle has gained a much larger share of the offense and has now become, in my opinion, a potential Rookie of the Year frontrunner. Although the draft class is packed with insane talent, what I think is going to happen is that Kyle will get so many targets that he could have around 1,100 yards, which is super duper solid for a rookie tight end. Is it Rookie of the Year numbers in a league with Najee Harris, Jamar Chase, Trevor Lawrence, and so many guys I could go on and on? Maybe, but the fact that he is a tight end is likely going to elevate his chances. Anyways, I think that Kyle Pitts will dominate, but it's important to look at the team around him. The Falcons are coming off a 4-12 year, and now have a brand new coach out of Tennessee in Arthur Smith, who is likely going to take the Falcons to another level. But with Atlanta, I think the offense will be fine with Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts in the receiving core, and Matt Ryan probably throwing for around 4,500 yards. The real problem is the horrible defense that they've helped a bit with some draft picks, but it's going to be a work in progress. What's likely going to happen is that the offense will have to score like crazy to keep up with the bad defense, and that's where the stats are going to be a bit inflated. You saw this for nearly a decade in New Orleans, and that's why Drew Brees passed for so many yards, and yet they missed the playoffs countless years. So what I think is likely going to happen is that the Falcons will be able to produce on offense, and Kyle will do his thing, but it will take a bit before the wins start rolling in. Thankfully for Kyle, he has pretty much everything you'd want, from his 6'6", nearly 250-pound frame, to his ridiculous athleticism and hands, and you know what? He kind of plays like the guy who just left Atlanta. Upon his athleticism and ability to catch the ball, Kyle can also run block and is truly a Swiss Army knife with his ability all over the field. Kyle is just one of those guys that you want in your team, as he elevates the talent around him with a desire to just win, not just stat stuff. Now all this is great, but Kyle is one piece on a team that needs some work. So although he might play at an all-pro level from the get-go, it's going to come down to the coaching and play from his teammates. That's what's really tough to predict, because the Falcons went to the Super Bowl only 5 years ago, so they still have some legit talent no matter how much or how little. But what's really important is how good the management will use that talent. Since I have trust in Arthur, I think they can be decent. I'm just worried about the lack of cohesion on the defensive unit. So now that Kyle Pitts is in Atlanta, there's a ton of possibilities of what's next for a Falcons team that has been on a roller coaster ride for a while. What keeps them interesting is the fact that they have a quarterback in Matt Ryan, who in his heyday is great, but has struggled recently, so this is kind of a test run to see whether or not they should stick with Matty Ice. In my own personal opinion, I think that Matt Ryan is decent, but has been consistently let down by play across the field, and upon that in his own game, he has been on a downhill slope for a bit. Not only that, but Matt no longer has his best target for the past decade, and so now there's going to be quite a lot on Kyle's shoulders, especially for a team that passes the ball as much as any other team in the league. With all the talk to the side, if I truly were to speculate what's to come for the 21-22 Falcons, I would say something like 6-11 would be a good record for a team nearing the end of an era, and in the process of doing something brand new. With Kyle, I already talked about what numbers I would think he put up, at around 1,100 receiving yards and like 6 touchdowns. And you may think that around 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns is a lot for a rookie who has never had 800 yards in a single season in Florida. But it's a completely new situation with the Falcons. Keep in mind that Kyle only played 8 games in his last year at Gainesville, and those 770 yards he put up in 8 games are around 95 yards a game. If you put that same production into a 17-game season, it ends up with over 1,600. So 1,100 is really not too crazy. Nonetheless, Kyle has a lot of potential to put up some record-breaking numbers on a team like Atlanta that just loves to pass the ball. So the future seems bright for Kyle. After dominating in the swamp, Kyle has made the trip to Atlanta and is looking to prove why he is going to be the best tight end ever. So I for one am ready to see what's next.
Coming into the game over the middle, complete. There he is, Pitts. Room service. Welcome back, Kyle Pitts.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, it would be awesome if you guys could subscribe, like, and comment down below what videos you guys want next. But anyway, see you guys soon and peace out.